The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. Okay, before we go any further, because I know this is going to confuse someone who ain't never heard of the overall concept of a crack ship. If you don't understand the concept of crack shipping or crossovers in general, go watch this video I made about it because I don't feel like explaining it all over again when I spent an hour, over an hour specifically, doing it. So here. Now let's go. When I found out about the Toji x Megara ship, one of the major things said about it that stood out to me was they look good together. People weren't caring about their personalities or if they would get along with each other. Them simply looking good with one another is what got people to see the vision with this ship. I think both of them are hot, and many other people think so just as well. It made me think a little bit more about how their looks played into their stories and how the viewers saw them. So much of the discussion that surrounds these two characters are about how they look good. It's why Toji has so many edits of him and why Megara has been having AMVs made of her since the 2000s. But if both these characters were just pretty and that's it, I wouldn't care about them. I'll be completely honest. I think Miss Bustier from Miraculous Lady Love is very pretty, but I don't care about her character because she just doesn't interest me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think she's fucking boring. And as someone who likes these characters beyond their appearance, they're both very much giving. This one meme I saw about the series Nana, written by Ayazawa, who is an author I have very mixed opinions on. Both Megara and Toji are given very much undiagnosed mental illness, and I'm not even trying to be funny when I say that because they are both going through it. After all the shit that they have been through, Toji being brutalized by his family and Megara being manipulated and taken advantage of by numerous men, including the one that she did so much for, let me tell you, she did so much shit for that one nigga and he still left her. Because of all that has happened in both of their lives, they are very unwell. But even in their lowest moments, they look good.
Come on, boys, get loud. When the music starts bumping, the whole place will be jumping. It's my scene, you know what
Hey y'all, it's Harryana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harryana and welcome back to The Pirate Ship, also known as Harry Hook's Pirate Ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why? Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. No one's worthy of being the first mate, but hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harryana and I like to make content based on nostalgia, family, and children's entertainment, and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Today's video is an art video essay. This is probably the first one of these I've ever done, but today's video is fully scripted. Just saying what comes to mind while I'm going through the outline that I've made. I actually typed out an entire blog post. If you guys are interested in reading along, I will have the link to it down below. It's on my website. It's available to read for free on my blog, The Black Natalie St. Kerr, HarryanaHook.com. Today, the art piece we will be working on is my OC. Her name is Scott. She's basically a character that I have included in my Disney JJK AU that I have going on that focuses on numerous different people and numerous different couples. The only person's story who is complete so far in this arc is Toji and Megara's. Coincidence as we're talking about them, but her name is Scott. She runs a jewelry company and she's Choso's girlfriend, so that's kind of all you need to know about her for now. Choso is gonna make an appearance as I'm working on Scott's art piece, and that's mainly because I used the color palette from a piece that I made of Scott and Choso together, so y'all are gonna see him. What else? Yeah, quick little announcement. My book, Don't Call Me Sis, me and my friend Amaya Janelle wrote it together last summer, we have finally restocked the physical copies. So if you would like to get your own, you can. They are all signed, by the way, personally by me. The link to that will be down below. Now let's continue on with this video essay. Rihanna once said, "She can beat me, but she cannot beat my outfit." This is something I think about, but it isn't about any particular person. It's about me versus the world. No matter what I'm dealing with, I'm going to make sure I look good because that's something that's somewhat under my control. I don't want this to come off as vanity, but I do want to explain why so many people keep up their looks despite what they are dealing with. I see posts online where Black girls and women have lost their lives by taking them themselves, and often people will say, "She doesn't look depressed," and that alone is why we shouldn't assume someone's doing well because they're pretty. Often I see posts online from women and femme presenting people about how they look forward to getting their hair, nails, and lashes done, as well as getting waxed and facials. They also look forward to going shopping for clothes, shoes, purses, jewelry, and other accessories as well, along with doing their makeup. Why, you may ask? Because these are things that make them happy. Things associated with beauty make them happy. It's more than just looking good. Beauty is a form of artistic expression. As Rihanna mentioned, fashion helps her express who she is, and she finds it fun. There are so many people who post about the different kinds of nail art and hairstyles they get, along with the stylists and techs themselves enjoying helping bringing people's ideas to life. Taking care of your beauty is seen as a form of self-care, and it puts money in people's pockets. People see it as therapeutic and often look forward to seeing their beauticians because it gives them someone to talk to. This is why Beauty Shop is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a film about the Black community coming together through hair care and styling, which is something I was very familiar with because ever since I was little, I spent so much of my time in the salon. I mean, who am I to judge? My shop is literally me expressing myself through fashion and hair care. It brings a smile to my face when I get a message from someone telling me about how much they like my products. Bringing this back to the couple in my head, Megara and Toji, let's talk about how their being attractive played into their stories in different ways. Keep in mind that these two are not the same gender, so there are major differences. With Megara, and thinking about the context of the environment she was in, she realized that her beauty was the only thing she had for herself. Her beauty is what eventually saved her in the end. In the original Greek myth, her beauty didn't save her because her husband literally shot her, but in the Disney version of her tale, so much of her arc is that she's beautiful, but a broken woman. In Greek mythology, women basically had no rights, and it was very much given the law of coverture, if you ask me. This past semester in college, we focused a lot on women's literature, and they were basically limited down to either being the property of their fathers or their husbands. They couldn't exist outside of male validation. One thing that hadn't changed much when the Greeks created these stories is that beauty holds power. If it didn't, the beauty industry wouldn't make so much money. When she first met Hercules in the Disney film, her physical appearance was a significant thing that stood out to him. It contributed to him saving her. Sure, he saved her because it was the right thing to do, but he couldn't take his eyes off her because of how attractive she thought she was. Megara was particularly helpless. The only thing in her control was how she looked. Toji, on the other hand, beauty is just as tragic but different from Megara because he's a man. Toji left his wealthy family, and when it came down to him needing food to eat and a place to stay, he used his appearance as a way to get women to like him enough to do this for him. He even slept with these women. His waist? Snatched. His muscles? Ripped. He's not a physically ugly man. Could he have better outfits? Yes, but his body was in good shape. His face was hot just as well. Toji's story can be read as a commentary on how people in general, not just women, can exploit themselves when they are desperate. Toji's situation shows that men too can find themselves commodified by their physical traits because he had little to no money. Women find him attractive, which is why they let him come into their homes. I hate to say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. The way Toji looks does in fact matter regarding his arc. While Toji and Megara are both very pretty, they must use their beauty to survive. This is how these characters mirror each other. Megara's beauty was the only thing she had, while Toji had to use his beauty because he had nothing else to offer. To be completely honest, I do feel better about myself when I look better. In 2019, I was so stressed out with taking care of my sick mother because it literally affected everything I did in my life. I barely saw my friends, I couldn't get a job outside of background acting because of how needy my mother was, and school was stressful. It was a pain in the ass to get through the day. I had very little control over my life, therefore I put little to no effort in my appearance. The only thing I was doing was the bare minimum of brushing my teeth, applying deodorant, and showering every day. My hair was falling out, I started to get terrible eczema flare-ups on my hands and my face. I'd walk around with broken and chipped nails, and the only thing I wore were the same 5 hoodies, sweatpants, and shorts. While I had so many pairs of shoes, I only wore this one pair of Vans. I barely even cosplayed. I even stopped wearing perfume and putting on lotion that smelled sweet. I felt invisible in my life because I couldn't exist outside of taking care of my mother, and I felt disconnected from who I was. I looked exactly how I felt. Terrible. I was suffering so much, but around the end of that year, I realized that I had contributed to my suffering. Just because I was going through so much in my life didn't mean I couldn't do anything about the way I looked. I seem to have forgotten why I like fashion in the first place, because it was a form of self-expression. Christina Aguilera once said, "Fashion is a lifestyle. It's a choice. It's a freedom of expression. You have to live it. You have to love it. You have to breathe it. Life's all about love and glamour." In December of 2019, I started playing around with makeup and cosplaying again. I started having my outfits laid out the night before I went to school. I began playing around with wigs and braids. I started going shopping again, especially at thrift stores because I finally wanted to start dressing in the Y2K aesthetic that I've been in love with since I left high school. It felt nice to wear a style that resonated with my taste. I always cared about fashion, but it was time I started taking care of myself with fashion again. This isn't about being pretty. It's about having control over something that I refuse to let be taken from me. I hate to say it, but when I started to care about what I look like again, I began to get more job opportunities. People were more likely to watch my videos if I'm dressed up in them. It happens. My journey parallels Toji and Megara's. My life has been a roller coaster, and to be completely transparent, this has got to be one of the saddest periods because of how much grief consumes me. While I may be dealing with a lot and crying every day, like Toji and Megara, at least I look good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This one was different than I intended it to be. It originally was just supposed to be me talking about just some thoughts I had about the way we view beauty and whatnot, and it just ended up becoming a video where I'm like, hey, you guys can read along on my blog too, just as well. And I just wanted to add some visuals over here and make it a little bit more comical, I'd say. But I had fun drawing Scott and showing y'all what she looks like. She's special to me because she's like my OC, of course. But yeah, life has been lifing lately. Things have just been like, I don't know. I just haven't really been feeling well. I mean, it's normal. I mean, dealing with grief and all that. Like, I don't really expect myself to be very well at the moment. But there's just been a lot going on with like new media and such, and I just really haven't been having an interest in much of it. because there's new news about Miraculous season 6, and with the way season 5 was, I was not necessarily interested in how season 6 is gonna go. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch season 6 of Miraculous. I'm not interested. Also made it very clear that I'm not interested in watching the new Descendants film, and part of that has to do with the fact that I was supposed to be in the new movie, like as an extra, nothing big or special, but that didn't work out because it was very much unorganized behind the scenes. I only kind of really want to eat like Pablo and Brandy in that movie, and I know Captain Hook is in it. I don't know, I just don't want to watch the movie, and I told myself that I'm no longer forcing myself to do things I don't want to do. I also would like to mention that Descendants is something that me and Tashana bonded over, and y'all know exactly how I've been lately, like, you know, regarding like her death and all of that. So I really do ask that y'all just not pester me about watching that film. I deeply appreciate it. That is one major thing that I have learned this year after all the bullshit that I had to deal with, especially with so many of these people that I have met in this cosplay community. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing things I don't want to do no more. And if there's something that I just genuinely don't want to watch, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna force myself to do it. But yeah, this summer it's just kind of me like trying to get back into posting more regular videos as best as I can. It's just things have just been so different lately in my life, and I'm trying my best. But thank you guys so much for watching. Deeply do appreciate it. There will be a Juneteenth restock of my merchandise on my site, harryanahook.com, so be on the lookout for that this weekend. And yeah, like I said, the link to my book, if you want the physical copy, that will be down below. Alright, thank you. Have a great night. And if you watch this video with the ads on, deeply appreciate it. Goodbye.
Now that you see, you should beware of the power of three. They come to fight as fast as they can. They're dangerous yet fabulous, because the Utonium made them is true. They are the colors of pink, green, and blue. They'll catch you in the blink of an eye and do it all before bedtime. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they're shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and coming through, and everyone they're shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. The Powerpuff Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay.